Okay, what we're going to work with is the lens correction panel, so I'm going to go ahead and expand it out. And lens correction is going to fix some things that are graphically wrong with your photograph. I'm going to start with the basic panel. There are actually 4 panels. We're going to talk about 3 of them. First thing I want to do is I want to enable profile corrections. Now notice when I click on this, it does some dramatic changes to the top and bottom of this. This is actually something called barrel distortion that it's fixing so that it expands out a wide angle lens to what it's supposed to look like. Next thing is the chromatic aberration. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in 2:1 on this so you can see what I'm seeing here. Notice that the edges of this branch are purple. And if I go over here and I zoom in on the top of this church, notice you can see some red glowing edges on the top of the, or excuse me, not church, courthouse. So that is actually something called chromatic aberration. It's caused by the lens and it's nothing you've done wrong. If I go ahead and click on that remove chromatic aberration, you'll notice those red glowing edges disappear. So that's easily done. Next thing is the new tool called upright. Notice how this building looks like it's kind of leaning, and the tree as well. Actually, it doesn't look like that yet. Now it does. Looks like it's leaning, and the tree as well looks like it's leaning. Upright does a really good job of fixing that for you, so I'm going to go ahead and click on Auto, and you'll notice how it popped the building pretty much straight up now. Next thing is the Profile tab. Now we clicked on Enable Profile Corrections. If we go to Profile, it already knows the camera I'm using and the lens I'm using. If you had clicked on this Enable Profile Corrections and nothing happened, it means it didn't recognize your camera and lens, so you could just plug those in. Next thing is color, and I want to go ahead and zoom in on these tree limbs right up here. And notice that they sort of still have a little purple twinge around the edges of them, and I want to get rid of that. That's still chromatic aberration. So you can tweak that by grabbing the sliders. You have a purple slider and a green slider. I'm going to go ahead and grab the purple slider because our tint is purple, and I'm going to go ahead and drag it to the right. Notice you'll see that purple disappear. You want to get rid of that chromatic aberration because you don't see it consciously, but you will see it unconsciously, and it will really annoy you in the picture, and it will make it not look as sharp. So there's my lens correction, again looking a whole lot better. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the original, and notice that the original looks like it's leaning, the new one doesn't. So we're making real progress here. Next video we are going to talk about the detail, which is where we're actually going to sharpen. Actually, no, we're going to talk about the HSL next. So we'll talk about that one, and then detail will be the last one.